we are now going to graph out car C. So we have a new car to think about. All right, so let's look at car C and see what we're going to do. I'm going to do a new color for fun. All right, so car C, at time equals 0 seconds, we have a position of 2 meters. At time equals 1 second, we have a position of 4 meters. Time equals 2 seconds, 6, 3 seconds, 8, 4 seconds is going to be 10 meters. All right, that's a 10 there. There you go. Okay, now looking at the data table, we have to plot this out. So looking at the data table, we are going to go first one. So here's our 0, 0 right there. And at 0 seconds, we are already at 2 meters. At 1 second, we're going to be going up to 4 meters. 2 seconds, we're going up to 6 meters. 3 seconds, 8 meters. That one's a little ugly. I'm going to fix it. There we go. And finally, 4 meters, or 4 seconds, we are going up to 10 meters. There we go. All right. Let's get our line of best fit again. So here we go. I'm going to get that lined up. Okay, just about there. And let's trace it. Okay, get that out of the way. All right, so we have our line traced. Let's calculate the slope. Again, when I calculate slope, as always, I'm doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But I always think it's the best idea to get the 2 farthest points you can. And we're just using our data, so we're not really counting squares, we're just looking at our data. So I'm going to look at this point and that point. All right, so y2, I have 10 meters. All right, y1 is 2 meters. How about x2? x2 is going to be 4 seconds. And x1 is 0 seconds. So we do our math. 10 minus 2 is 8 meters. 4 minus 0 is 4 seconds. And we end up with 8 divided by 4, or 2. And the units are meters per second. Once again, those units probably are pretty important. That's why we're being asked to put them in there. Okay, so we have our slope is 2 meters per second. All right, so now we want to compare the graphs for car A and car C. So I'm going to just scroll up here for a second. Car A. Here's our car A. We still have this graph. It starts lower, but look at our slope. Our slope is 2 meters per second. Car C is also 2 meters per second. So we could say that the slopes are the same. All right, so the slope is the same, but what's the difference? Well, with car C, we started at 2 meters. So we had a new starting position, or our starting or initial position is at 2 meters. With car A, our initial position was at 0 meters. So we could say that the starting positions are different, or different initial positions. All right, I'm just gonna, there you go. All right, so the similarities, if we have the same slope, remember what we figured out. The units for slope here are meters per second. All right, and we talked about the slopes. Slopes really mean velocity. So we can say that A compared to C, they have the same velocities. Okay? Down below, again, we already kind of said this, but what are the differences? And the differences in the graph show us that they have different initial positions. So different initial positions is what we can pull from that graph.